With the latest widespread technology, cell phone usage is popular among all ages, especially when it comes to texting and driving.
We all do it. There comes a time, no doubt about it. But since texting is the latest trend, people just cannot seem to put their phones down when driving.
It's stupid and we know it, yet we still put our lives and other lives at risk.
Companies like AT&T and Verizon have come together to show California that this epidemic is growing.
We are here to show you what you should know, but don't know about the dangers of texting and driving.
5 seconds to a minute is the amount of time your attention is taken away from the road texting and driving.
Text messaging makes a crash up to 23 times more likely.
Traveling at 55 miles per hour is equal to driving at the length of a football field without looking at the road.
Driving while using a cell phone, it reduces the amount of brain activity associated with driving by 37%.
It is the same as driving intoxicated after having like 4 beers.
There's about 1.6 million accidents that happen per year due to texting and driving.
About 3,300,000 injuries per year.
Causes 11 teen deaths every day.
It's the cause of nearly 25% of all car accidents.
Slows down the reaction you have to immediately apply your brakes for any reason.
About 800,000 people across the country do it.
Just stop it.
My views on texting and driving is I'm against them. I don't like when people are texting in front of me and I'm driving and they stop at a red light and the light goes green and they're still not going. So I'm totally against texting and driving.
It's pretty bad, but not gonna lie. I do it sometimes. Yeah, I do it a lot. Even though I know it's super dangerous, I still do it constantly. I usually wait for a red light when I do. Try my best. Yeah, I usually don't like to text and drive while I'm driving. Usually more when I'm like stopped.
I don't think texting and driving should be allowed, or should be like accepted whatsoever. I mean, if you're at a stoplight, it's okay to pull out your phone real fast or reply to something. But you know, once you keep going, just put it back in your pocket because it really should. It's dangerous, you know.
I think it's very safe because you know, when you gotta text someone, you gotta text someone, right? So when it's a red light, that's when you pull it out and you gotta text. And once it's green, you throw it over there and like, oh snap, and you know. So, you know, it's safe, you know, just not in front of the cops. You gotta be kind of slick.
A lot of people do it, and they shouldn't. So not worth it. It distracts from, like, what you're actually supposed to be doing. And,
well, I think texting and driving is bad. Many people get into car accidents, and this has been proven by many car accidents where people have died.
Shouldn't do it.
Certainly not safe to text and drive. And at home, when I see the commercials about from the parent that's stating, this is the text that my son or my daughter was doing when they ran into a tree and killed themselves, that gets to me. So I'm hoping no one does that.
I think it's really dangerous and you shouldn't text and drive.
I don't, but when I do get a text message, I do pull over to the side.
Yeah, I do sometimes. Only at red lights because it's safe, but once you're driving, you throw it out, or throw it over there, tell your grandma to wait for a second, and then I start texting. But only on red lights, only stop signs, and not on green lights.
I'll admit I do, but I don't text a lot.
I do not, but I play my games at the at the signal lights.
I don't want to admit it, but I have, yeah. And I try to, when I've done it, I try to make sure I'm at a stop sign, but I think that there's been a couple times where it's been kind of like a close call where I realize I could have easily gotten in an accident if I just hadn't looked up at the right time. So I try really hard not to text and drive. I think that like the best thing to do is like sometimes I try to just keep my phone in my purse and put my purse in the back seat so I can't get to it, so I can't check it. Mostly I probably don't text as much as just checking my phone. I don't really, but I'm sure I probably do, but people don't tell you that they were texting when they got in the accident unless someone, you know, they're caught or something, or the police gives them a ticket. But I'm sure that people that have gotten accidents that texting has contributed to it, but I don't personally know anyone that's told me they were texting.
Okay. What's your view on talk and texting while driving?
Well, I know from experience, just out in the field and then on myself, I think it's very dangerous, especially the texting. Talking could be more of a distraction, but the texting is what I think is really dangerous, just because you're looking at your phone and you're not looking up to your surroundings.
Do you think texting at a stoplight is okay?
I would say no, just because, again, you're looking down and then you could be causing a traffic backup because you're not paying attention if the signal turns green, or, you know, I mean, you always kind of want to be aware of what's around you anyway, so you should probably stay off the phone, period.
Be honest, have you ever looked at your phone while driving?
Yeah, I mean, I do occasionally, especially like when I'm working, you know, we're not required to uphold to the law, which a lot of people get upset about because they're like, well, you're on your phone, but, you know, there's a lot of times where we have to call our sergeant or, you know, something like that. I try not to text while I'm in there, but sometimes I do use my phone.
Okay.
Did you notice that they all said that they texted at a stoplight?
Yeah, I thought it was really weird because you would think that texting at a red light or a stoplight is definitely more dangerous, I guess, because you're not paying attention to the road, and if you're not looking in your rear view mirror, like someone could come up to you and just like right into you.
Yes, so they're all going.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Dispatch Medic 224, we've got a major with 2 patients involved.
Yeah, I was coming around this way, she just hit me in.
Medic 224 will be transporting code 3 Northfield Medical.
Northfield 532, show me clear. Northfield 532, Tesla.
Northfield 404, myself, 42 clear.
Okay, the 241.
Hello, for Benjamin 224, we're clear of scene available.
Received.